Welcome everybody to another episode of Shot in the Dark. I am your host, John Cena Evil here. Let's get right down to it. AEW Dark Elevation starts with 2.0. The former Ever Rise defeated Duke Davis and Gannon Jones. Jeff Parker pinning Jones after the 2 for the show. Diamante defeated Julia Hart after distracting the referee. She pulls out the turnbuckle pad only for her to go to the other side and pull a chain out of another turnbuckle and punching Hart for the win. Diamante keeps attacking Julia after the match until Big Swole runs out and starts brawling with Diamante as this feud continues. Joey Janela, the recently turned heel, or I guess single, now that he broke up with Sonny Kiss, defeated Alan Five Angels by cheating a little bit by pulling the trunks with a cradle. Shivani and Paul White played up the fact that the Dark Order was arguing a little bit on the outside and having some internal conflict. Just prediction here. I think the former Bray Wyatt, Wyndham Rotunda, might eventually show his face in AEW and help patch things up with the Dark Order with his connection there. Hikaru Shida defeated the debuting Kiera Hogan with the Falcon Arrow. Kiera didn't get an entrance. She was treated like just any other enhancement talent here. No fanfare, no real big deal. I think she should be treated a little bit better. I mean, she's coming off of Impact as a former Impact Knockout Tag Team Champions, and obviously she's been wrestling for a while. She's probably one of the top free agents out there in the women's division. So hopefully, once they sign her or work more with her, we'll see a little bit better treatment of Kiera Hogan. Lance Archer defeated the debuting Reggie Collins very easily here with the Blackout. Thunder Rosa defeated Ray Lynn with the Thunder Driver. Pac defeated Anthony Bowens by submission with the Brutalizer after teasing the crowd, going up to the top turnbuckle, saying he's going to do the Black Arrow, and then he doesn't do it. But Bowens hung in this match throughout, and it should be noted that Bowens came out without Max Caster, without the Acclaim entrance or theme music, just kind of generic here. Not sure if this is temporary until we find out what's going on with Max Caster, but if you've been following his social media, he's been trolling pretty hard by liking every WWE post there is, and even selling his gear on eBay he put up at one point. So not sure if it's trolling or if it's legit, but knowing Max Caster is probably trolling. Brian Cage defeated Joe Keys with the Drill Claw in minutes. Eddie Kingston, the entire time on commentary, was having trouble with his chair and his headset. Made it pretty comedic. Sammy Guevara defeated Serpentico with the GTH. WCW's Mark Madden was shown at ringside, and Kingston tried to say that he didn't know who it was, and then he's like, oh yeah, he's the guy who used to rip off Joey Styles. So obviously Eddie used to watch ECW and not WCW growing up. Sammy looking smooth as ever here, but as he's leaving, Sean Spears comes down and attacks him. Tully Blanchard hands Sean Spears a chair, and Sean Spears lands a DVD on top of it to Sammy, setting up their match for Dynamite. Jade Cargill defeated the debuting Katie Arquette. Katie's a hometown wrestler here, so she gets a good reaction and a little chant. But Jade destroys her in about a minute with the Jaded. And the main event, the Lucha Brothers defeated the Hybrid 2. Penta gets the pin on Evans after the Fear Factor double stomp combo. Really good main event here for both teams. Tuesday's AEW Dark 2.0 again. Getting those wins racked up before their match with Darby and Sting. Defeated the team of Sam Adams and Siler Andrews. Matt Lee this time gets the pin on Andrews after the 2 for the show. Ty Conti defeated the debuting Rebecca Scott very easily with the DD tie. Lee Johnson and Brock Anderson defeated Joey Keys and Spencer Slade. Thunder Rosa was on commentary for this match, and Anderson gets the pin on Keys after the DDT. Matt Hardy defeated Wheeler Utah, but the finish came when Matt Hardy was pretty much lying to the ref saying that his ankle was broken, and as this is going on, Private Party distracts the referee. Matt Hardy takes his boot off, and he hits Utah with it, cheating to get the win. And after the match, Hardy and the Hardy family office, keep attacking Yuta and Chuck Taylor, who was there on ringside, until Orange Cassidy comes out for the save and the big pop. Penelope Ford defeated Masha Slamovich, making her debut by submission. Masha she's wrestled in Impact, Beyond Wrestling, plenty of other indies. You probably heard of her before. After the match, Penelope keeps attacking Slamovich until Thunder Rosa, who was on commentary and throughout the match complimenting Slamovich, comes out for the save. Chris Statlander defeated Kiera Hogan easily with the Big Bang Theory. Again, Kiera here treated like an enhancement talent. Death Triangle in a trios match defeated Chaos Project and Cole Carter. During the match, Andrade and Chavo just randomly come out to try to distract Pac and then leave. Nothing really happens. But Penta does get the pin on Carter after the Fear Factor. Nyla Rose defeated Tina San Antonio, making her debut. San Antonio is a 12-year indie veteran. She's wrestled in Shine amongst other wrestling federations, and she gets destroyed in seconds with the Beast Bomb. After the match, Vicky Guerrero cuts a promo saying that pretty much they're going after whoever is the women's champion. Dark Order's Alex Reynolds, John Silver, and 10 defeated Andrew Palace, Bill Collier, and RSP, Ricochet and Page. Great showing from Dark Order here, with 10 making Palace pass out with the full Nelson. Frankie Kazarian defeated Brandon Cutler. Okay, this match was not good, and the crowd pretty much let them know. Cutler comes out in his comedy bit wearing his tracksuit, his face mask with MT Nakazawa by his side, and he's just dancing throughout the match, just doing these weird dancing movements that only Brandon Cutler could do. And the finish comes when Cutler couldn't control the cold spray that Nakazawa handed to him, so he turns it and sprays it in his own face, and then he falls right into the crossface chicken wing. I wish I could make this match up, but I didn't. Jurassic Express and Varsity Blondes defeated the Wingmen in an 8-man match. A real fun, fast-moving match here. Jungle Boy gets the win on Ryan Nemeth with the snare trap submission. In the main event, the one that a lot of people were looking forward to, Dante Martin defeated the debuting Lee Moriarty, Pittsburgh's own, who gets a huge reaction here in his AEW debut. Huge indie star. I'm pretty sure you've seen his work. If you haven't, please check it out. He's everywhere from GCW, MLW. He's out there. Very good match here. Very fast. Both men pretty much getting their shit in, and Martin gets the pin with the sunset flip. These two are two future stars of wrestling here, guaranteed. NWA Power, the Champions Series finale, and also the season finale that aired last Wednesday. A little bit delayed for this. We have Camille and Austin Idol's team versus Pope and Velvet Sky's team in a best of 3 for the finals. Trevor Murdoch defeated Tom Latimer with the Bulldog off the top rope, giving Pope and Sky a point. Mims defeated Jax Danes with a roll-up after Dane crashed into the post, giving Camille and Idol a point. And Nick Aldis and Chris Adonis in a tag team match defeated Jeremiah Plunkett and the debuting Sean Daivari. Aldis and Adonis were finished talking trash about Plunkett, who said he recruited Daivari, who's an old roommate of Nick Aldis. And if Daivari and Plunkett win this match, Daivari gets a future NWA title shot with Aldis. But this didn't happen, as Aldis made Plunkett tap out to the Cloverleaf, while Adonis has Daivari outside of the Master Lock. And the main event, the finals of the Champions Series, Colby Carino defeated Sal Rinauro after using brass knuckles when Rinauro didn't want to use a chair, making Velvet and Pope the winners of the Champion Series. So Pope, Velvet Sky, Trevor Murdoch, Genocide, Jax Danes, The Masked Man, and Colby Carino, they can all get title shots anytime, anyplace. NXT UK. Wolfgang defeated Flash Morgan Webster with a big spear after putting his knees up to stop Webster jumping off the top rope. Sid Scala announces on August 26th we get Joe Coffey versus Rampage Brown in a knockout submission match. Mark Andrews and Danny Luna are backstage talking about the match that Webster just had until they get interrupted by Isla Dawn, who's just pretty much walking around Luna acting a little bit weird. Mustache Mountain cut a promo saying they will win the NXT UK titles. That way, Bate is a Grand Slam champion and Trent Seven can win his first title in NXT UK. Sid Scala tells Ginny that she'll be fighting Aoife Valkyrie in a no DQ match in 2 weeks with Joseph Connors locked in a shark cage, and he's not too happy about that. Amale defeated Nina Samuels with the Heartbreaker. They show footage of Symbiosis upset that they lost 2 weeks ago, and they get interrupted by Saxon Huxley, who's screaming, better luck next time, and Eddie Dennis takes offense to this. Michael Sotomura announces that Stevie Turner has stepped up, and therefore she will defend her title and teach her a lesson. Pretty Deadly cut a promo on Mustache Mountain, but it should be noted that they're in the WWE warehouse, so I guess this could be a sign that maybe they're gonna make their way over stateside soon. In the first match, or the first round, of the Heritage Cup No. 1 Contenders Tournament, Noam Dar defeated Mark Andrews. Tioman and Rohan Raja come out at one point during round 3 to watch. Dar puts Andrews in the Champagne Super Knee Bar on Andrews' injured knee at the end of round 3 for the first fall. Dar tries the ankle lock in round 4, but Andrews rolls him up for the second fall, and Dar gets the third fall and the win, hitting the Nova Roller after a low blow to Dar to advance to the tournament and fight the winner of Kenny Williams and Oliver Carter. WWE 205 Live. Grayson Waller defeated Ika Manjiro with the curb stomp, ending his losing streak. And Josh Briggs defeated Joe Gacy with the huge lariat. So obviously a lot of these guys they're using now are not 205 and under, but it's slim pickings with the roster, unfortunately. So it looks like we might be seeing a lot more non-cruiserweight types on this show. New Japan Pro Wrestling Strong. This was the day before Resurgence, so it was their go-home show. Barrett Brown defeated Wheeler Yuta after Mysterio comes in and attacks Yuta while Rob Bateman is distracting the referee. Hikuleo defeated Fred Yehi with the T-Bomb. Hikuleo after said that he wanted more of a challenge, and out comes Juice Robinson to set up the match that they had on Resurgence. And Leo Rush and Carl Fredericks teamed up to defeat Tom Lawler and Danny Limelight of Team Filthy, with Rush pinning Limelight after the Rush Hour. Ring of Honor, Max the Impaler defeated Holiday with the backbreaker to advance to fight Angelina Love in the women's tournament. And the main event was Champions vs. All-Stars as the Briscoes, EC3, Flip Gordon, Josh Woods defeated Bandito, Dragon Lee, Jonathan Gresham, Chris Dickinson, and Homicide. Gordon pins Homicide after a Paul Orndorff-like pile driver, and the All-Stars beat the champions. On WWE Main Event, some NXT familiar faces here as Aaliyah defeated Dakota Kai with this very weird-looking DDT. They both pretty much played up being babyfaces in this match as well. And Odyssey Jones defeated Austin Theory with a huge frog splash from the second rope. The WWE Network editions of the week was Progress Chapter 117, where Giselle Shaw won a triple threat match to become the new women's champion after Kanji had to forfeit due to injury. We got another episode of ICW Fight Club, as well as 8 episodes of WWE Superstars from 1994. Quick recap here. I actually attended the Northeast Wrestling show, WrestleFest 25, up in Poughkeepsie, New York at the Mid-Hudson Civic Center. It was a pretty interesting show. We actually had a lot of AEW talent there. Some wrestling, some not wrestling. I know there was some meet and greets there with Darby Allin and Paul White. Cody Rhodes was there, and actually Cody Rhodes started the show by kind of, welcoming the crowd and saying that Northeast Wrestling worked a lot with his father Dusty, and it's special for them to be here. So it should be noted that maybe we're going to see a lot more of AEW talent working with Northeast Wrestling, similar to how WWE worked with Evolve. But we had here the Private Party in action. We had Ty Conti actually made a match here fighting Megan Bayne. We had Eddie Kingston. We had Matt Hardy. Jerry Lawler actually had a match against Enzo. It was a casket match. It really wasn't that good. It was about 4 minutes or so. You know, Enzo doing his whole spiel, and they had a casket and everything, and Jerry Lawler took him out and put him in the casket. But the main event was actually pretty interesting here. Sammy Guevara versus Fuego del Sol, and this comes one day after Fuego del Sol had his contract offered in AEW. So it was a pretty cool match here. You know, them kind of showing, obviously they're best friends, and they were showing a lot of affection towards each other, but Fuego tried to still sneak in and get the win, but he doesn't here. It was a good show. Definitely check it out if you have a chance to see any Northeast Wrestling in your area. Some quick plugs here. So we have a brand new show that me and B Detroit started. Every Monday afternoon, we're going to be doing Turning Heels, which is basically covering the new show on Stars, starring Stephen Amell, running a wrestling federation out in Georgia. Check it out if you haven't seen the show, or even if you had. This is a good companion piece to kind of listen along with it. We'll be doing this every week for the 8 episodes for this season. This Saturday, we have the tailgate for Up Next Summer, before the SummerSlam watch along. And then on Sunday itself, before TakeOver 36, we have the Up Next Summer event, where I will be facing Davey Portman in a rap battle. Yes, you heard that correctly. And people were like, oh, wow, Davey, what a promo that he cut. Well, yeah, he's like a little dog with a big bark. What do you expect? I'm just gonna not really say much and just show up and destroy him with rap bars, while Davey watches 8 Mile over and over again, trying to pretend that he's Eminem. Yeah, I just want to apologize in advance for destroying your short-lived rap career. And yeah, stay tuned for that, I guess. And of course, Fire Frank, if you hear this, text me, message me. We still got to cut a promo for the match against Braden Harrington, so hopefully you can do that. If not, I'll see you guys at Up Next Summer, and I'll see you here next week for another episode of Shot in the Dark.